Hey, Nation, Harry here with my favorite friend across the pond, Phelim Rowe. Phelim, I got out a cup that I thought would be kind of fun. Thinking about you, man. Keep calm and carry on, and assuming you're keeping it safe and healthy over there in the UK. How you doing?
Yes, doing well. Nice to see you. Still keeping it safe. We've been allowed haircuts since last week. Still not quite sure I want one. Maybe I'm going for a Richard Gere look.
There you go. I'll tell you the stories we're going to be able to tell out of this geologic epic. Hey, I see there was a piece in one of the journals in our industry, State of the Security Operations Center Review. Chris Story wrote it, gives a shout out to your company, CTG Intelligence. So let's talk about that. What's the story on Security Operations Centers as we sit here today?
So it either means one of two things to two types of people. If you're a cybersecurity specialist, you think it means some cybersecurity operations center that plays whack-a-mole with countless threats. And if you're a physical security specialist, you think it means like a room full of CCTV camera screens and people watching what's going on. But really, it's a mixture of everything in between. And I thought it was quite timely because we did the SOC of the future. We call it SOC, Security Operations Center. But we did it and we looked at how it can change. Could the security professional of tomorrow run around with a SOC in a mobile phone? Does a virtual SOC, just like a virtual CIO, virtual CISO, cut the mustard? And it kind of also combined itself with a topic. There was a nice thing in Tech Target's Search IT channel magazine talking about the MSP of tomorrow dabbling in a new revenue stream of physical security as a service. So it was a really current type of topic.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the future?
Okay, so as you know, MSPs have typically focused on technologies related to IT or cybersecurity, everything to protect your systems, backup and disaster recovery, the cloud. But I think this pandemic has spurred MSPs to think, oh dear, where else can I get some revenue? And I think you and I have mentioned before, you suggested maybe training and development is a good one.
Yeah.
But it makes sense for MSPs perhaps to looking after people's alarms, looking after their physical systems to dispatch possible, kinetic response. And it doesn't mean that an MSP is going to have to, become a bodyguard firm. It just means that they have to be the hub to dispatch physical people to investigate, just as they would a cyber breach. It's an interesting question. A few years ago, when we tried this at the MSP forum we did in Amsterdam, a few people were scratching their heads. They said, well, what do I as an MSP have to do with physical security? But I think the current pandemic needs everybody to innovate.
Yeah, and especially in industries with compliance, this is a very interesting conversation. Industries that are top heavy with compliance issues. As you know, one of my investments is in the Canna Tech vertical, and there is a classic case of both the cybersecurity and the physical security. And physical security can include an opportunity for just worked on a piece the other day, they'll be out soon, on AI-based video surveillance. Okay, so the idea being that the AI, and this is pretty new stuff, but instead of sounding alarms when a deer crosses in front of the camera on a driveway, it can make a distinction, and it can see it's a bad guy crossing the driveway. And then they alert the physical security service, basically a call center. They can double click into the footage and then call the police. So that's a you raise a really interesting topic because, again, you're seeing it in that industry in particular because of compliance, but I'm sure there's, secular industries with that same crossover.
Yeah. Maybe not so many days, but oil and gas has used it for a while to detect micro vibrations because a small vibration in the oil and gas industry could actually cause a big problem later, upstream or downstream. So they've used AI for a while, and I think we're gonna experience that quite a lot. IT departments, and small businesses rely on MSPs for so many other tech needs. Why not this? Plug in a few video feeds. You don't, you probably can't afford to put an analyst on it all the time. But as you mentioned, some sort of AI system with IoT and 5G.
Yeah.
What about it? And that was the beauty of the SOC of the Future forum, because we're at that crossroads, and that's actually quite exciting.
Yeah. Well, I think as usual, my brain is full. I got to go refill my coffee cup. So I want you to keep calm and carry on. Thanks, Phelim, and we'll talk to you next month. Thanks for being one of our contributors.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.